And hopefully before we record, hopefully everything was good on the Zoom or the meeting this afternoon. I wasn't anticipating being like on the panel or speaking. I was just expecting to kind of attend. So I clicked the link and showed up in that, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm talking now. So that's cool.
Josh is here.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing today. Awesome. So
cool. Well, thanks for participating. You've had great insights, and I think a lot of people will get a lot of stuff out of that. So
yeah, it was awesome. All right, let me see. I'm gonna pull up looking for my actual question. So I was thinking just testimonial wise, like do one for you, you do one for me, just kind of switch them off. You attended basically our executive solve back in the day, so you got an idea of kind of how that happened, what you went through, and just relaying kind of the stuff you've gotten off. I've got 5 questions just to take you through kind of the process. So will that work?
Yeah, it sounds great.
And then what testimonial would you want from me? Because I know you've got a couple. I know you got the sales lane, and then you've got the multifamily with Dave. Which Maples? Which one are you wanting?
Yeah, let's just focus on the Caesar method information about business growth.
Okay.
Specifically because you haven't actually. I mean, you've been through my sales process, but you've never been through you've never actually had business
with Red Maple
for us to manage yet.
Right. Okay. Not a problem there. All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right, my friend. So we're going to get rolling. Please introduce yourself, and then share the main challenge you faced before you went through our executive solve when you came in.
Great. Happy to. So my name is Nathan Bush. I am a partner in Red Maples Property Management. We were extremely excited to have an opportunity to participate with Josh in the executive coaching program. The reason that we had attended his one-day intensive was because I was really struggling to identify what the challenge was moving our business forward. We're good business people. We have good growth techniques. We understand property management. We know our business well. In fact, we know how to find investors. We know how to find tenants. Those types of things about our business were not a challenge at all. The real challenge came down to, helping me understand what it was that was holding our business back. And that's hard to uncover sometimes, especially when you have leadership skills on your team, when you have great people that you're working with. Sometimes there's just a place in your business that you're stuck. You're either working in the wrong area of your business or whatever. For me, it was not understanding the transparency and some of the relationships, which we can definitely talk more about, Josh. But it wasn't understanding the transparency and the relationships. And that was holding our business back. It was keeping our business from being able to do what we knew we were going to do effectively. More on my personal side, like more on the things that I was I'm a pretty brave person and pretty confident person, but maybe was afraid to talk about, or fears that I was having that would keep maybe it would hurt a relationship, but I didn't know how to quite to word things. So that's how I tell you was the challenge we were having before, is that they were things that I didn't understand were there.
Gotcha. And then how did the emerging executive help you address those challenges?
Yeah, another great question. So the emerging executive helped us address the challenges in our business by first having me take a deep look at the business and identifying key areas that were in our business that were potential things that we should be talking about. Then it helped me identify transformations that I wanted to have and didn't realize that I wanted to have those transformations.
Oh, fantastic. And then what specific results or improvements after that have you seen in your business since using the service?
So since using the emerging executive service, since using the emerging executive service, our business has seen tremendous growth. We have been able to be more transparent in conversations. We have been able to share more personally between my partner and I, my personal feelings that were important to me that maybe I was suppressing. I was able to be more open and transparent in the directions that I would like to go and things that I would like to work on and achieve. And for our business, it's been important because the business owner's perspective is important. The business owner's feelings are important. I was on a call today and we were talking all about intuition. And intuition cannot happen if you're covering it up. And so the emerging executives helped us in our business to identify not only those issues, but then since then, we've been able to use our intuition more, to be more transparent with each other, and to have more open conversations between the partners that have allowed our business to continue to receive transformation after transformation after transformation. And even more so, maybe utilizing a similar process in our organization on a regular basis to uncover those issues and opportunities and rocks and feelings without hurting anybody's feelings.
Fantastic. And then what sets the emerging executive apart from other coaching services you've tried?
The number one thing that sets the emerging executive service that I went through apart from any other thing that I've tried, first and foremost, is Josh. Josh, your ability to facilitate a thoughtful transformation for somebody is unlike anything I've ever experienced in my entire life. You've got the ability to get to a problem, but then the personal issue that I was having without being rude or disrespectful or offending me or making it feel, it wasn't a psychology session, or it wasn't like I needed a counselor or need somebody to talk to. It was like I needed somebody to understand business challenges so well that you could help me see past my own limitations that were keeping me from achieving those goals.
Wow, I've never heard it put that well. I appreciate that. So, and then lastly, what would you say to someone who is on the fence about using the coaching services from us?
If you're on the fence about using the coaching services for emerging executives, I would say that's exactly why you need to do it. You're on the fence about everything in your life. You're on the fence about what next decision to make. You're on the fence about should you hire this person or not hire that person. You're on the fence about should I say this, should I not say this? Should our business be doing these things or not doing these things? If you're on the fence, that's exactly the person that needs to do this. If you're a hell no, don't do it. If you're a hell yes, do it. But if you're on the fence, you're the exact person that needs to be taking this program.
Fantastic, man. Awesome. I love it. That's what I got on my end. Any questions that I'm not asking that you'd like to put in there?
Ask the question, if I could change anything about the experience I went through, what would I change?
Okay. That's a good question. All right. Nathan, if there's anything about the experience with us that you would change, what would that be?
Josh, the only thing I would have changed about the experience is I wish it was longer. I wish I would have had more time with you. I wish we could have spent more hours going through things. And at this point in our business, we're continuing to look and grow. I'm glad that we've become friends since then and that we've been able to have additional conversations that have spawned from us just being in connection and being in relationship. But the only one thing I wish that you would change about the program is I wish I could spend countless hours with you. I know that's just not possible.
Fair enough. That's fantastic, man. Awesome. All right. And then we'll cut there. What's this? All right. Fantastic, man. No, I like that a lot. You got some good stuff there. It'll be great content. So for us with the Caesar method, is there anything on my end that you want me to hit specifically?
So have you read my book yet?
I have. Well, I've read about 3/4 of it.
Okay. So will you just give a overall testimonial about what your life was like before reading the 3/4 that you've read through, and what that information has meant to you and your business and how you've implemented it? So what it was like before, what it's meant to you, and how you've implemented it. That's it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you want me to introduce myself too, or?
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Josh, and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. My name's Josh Wiesler. I run a coaching company called Emerging Executives, where transformation and entrepreneurship meet. We focus on small business owners and help them with putting structure and some strategy into their businesses. And my conversation with Nathan, before I had read the Caesar Method book, as well as just interacted with Nathan, one of the things for me, I was really good and had a really firm understanding on how to coach people. And the part for me in the business that was probably my greatest opportunity was the sales portion, and like helping people understand. And again, learning this through the book, as well as just in my interactions with Nathan, was going from a position of like getting sales and like going after sales and hunting sales to more of a holistic approach, and understand that it is a process, and I'm not trying to get people to use our service. I'm building relationships with these people through our business. And every time I talk to Nathan about, anything sales, he's become an expert for me in my world as one of the go-to guys with sales because of this book, and because of how he approaches just the conceptual and the planning out of the process. So again, one of the things that he talks about is it's not a requiring like closing the sale. It's actually collection. If you've built enough content, if you built enough relationship, if you built enough what's the right word, trust, knowing, and liking over a time period, it's not a matter. And I even used it today. Got another sale for our executive solve. Just had a conversation with them. I built trust over time. They know us, and it was a matter of like, here's your two options that I think would work best for you. Which one works best? And now it's just about collecting the payment versus selling them into something. So it's a much different mindset. It's a much different process, and it works. So that's what I've got.
One question I'd like to ask that you didn't know was coming is, there's a lot of manipulative and deceptive sales techniques that are out there.
Oh yeah.
How does the Caesar method compare to what you've learned about manipulative or oppressive or controlling sales approaches?
Yeah. What's different? This is about, and in our conversations, you approach sales, and it's in this book and this method. It's almost a spiritual practice where it's designed to go out and serve people in a powerful way, versus like in the past. And I come from the real estate industry. We're both in the real estate industry, where a lot of it is being sold. And we even put on an event now that is all about giving back. And it's geared directly up in opposition to kind of this approach, where it's a lot about like manipulative tactics, where it's like, lock it up, beat it up, go out and do this. Like, it's all about the sale instead of the relationship. And that's a big difference that I'm seeing in just that approach, as well as, like I said, it's more of a spiritual evolution and like a personal development tool in this process, versus I'm just going to use this tactic to get what I want, if that makes sense.
God, love it. All right.